John Wills back with you for another season of pro indoor soccer in the MASL. It's the Harrisburg Heat taking on Ontario Fury of California. The MASL kicking things off. And the Harrisburg Heat, who made the playoffs last season but lost to the eventual champion, the Baltimore Blast, hosting Ontario tonight. They got a little bit of an early start here. Just a few minutes running ahead of schedule. But we are underway. The Heat wearing the purple uniforms. And Ontario in the white. Hugo da Silva starting in net for the Harrisburg Heat. Jose Miranda in for Ontario. David Miller with the ball in the neutral zone. He'll lose it. De Oliveira trying to step in, but the Heat come back up with it. Marcus Chantel with it. The Heat back with pretty much most of its lineup intact from last year with the addition of a few new players. Kerstetter's back. Leo Duarte, Val Texera, Thiago Freitas, Ricardinho. Who else? David Miller, Stephen Basso, Defensive Player of the Year, Tom Miller, Berche, Marcus Chantel, Dominic Francis. They added Douglas Dos Santos and also Danny DePrima, who played for the Heat a few seasons ago for a small stint and then had been with the Harrisburg City Islanders. Ontario Fury. The head coach is Jimmy Nordberg. Of course, Bernie Lillevoix had been the head coach and a previous player, but still part of the ownership group for the Fury, and a former Harrisburg Heat player is what he was back in the 90s for the Heat. In the neutral zone, Lima on it, playing into the right side, but it's kicked up and out of play. Again, we're just underway. The Ontario Fury. Bunch of Gonzalez's. I don't want you to get confused in this one because you've got Jose Manuel Gonzalez. You've got Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Hugo brings the ball out to the neutral zone. Heat on it, Dos Santos. Now Hugo, far side Kerstetter. Kerstetter in his 6th year. It's 6 years of the Heat since coming back into indoor soccer. Ball sent down into the corner, and just fanning on it. The Heat. Restart coming up from the right corner. Ball played out front, shot and blocked. Hugo on it. Left side, and the ball shot to the middle. It deflects off of Chantel for a goal. You're going to have to give that to Leonardo De Oliveira. He shot it from the left side and went to the middle. And Marcus Chantel on his man had the ball deflect off his leg into the net. De Oliveira put it through, and Chantel, unfortunately, deflects it in. Time of the goal, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. First goal of the season for Leonardo De Oliveira. And Ontario has a 1-0 lead. Ball headed out of play in the neutral zone. Back as head coach Denison Cabral for the Harrisburg Heat. The assistants, Gino DeFlorio and Lester Felician. A couple seasons ago, the Heat played in Ontario and lost by 1. Close game, went down to the wire. May have been 3 seasons ago. Boy, they're all blending into each other. I want to say it was 2, though. Chantel on it. He'll play it back to Hugo. Back on the near side, Chantel. Great thing about keeping this team, for the most part, intact from last season is the fact they've gotten to know each other better. And they're just in sync much better with each other. Last year they had a very long training camp. Didn't need that as much this year. You got pretty much the entire lineup returning. That's a good thing. Over on the far side, Gonzalez on it. Headed back out to the neutral zone. Ricardinho on it there for the Heat. Ricardinho, Carvalho. He's 1 against 3 working down the boards. And he is knocked down. It'll be a restart coming up for the Heat. Restart coming up from the left point. Heat moving it forward. Thiago couldn't keep control. And now Kerstetter has to slide down for the ball. He was going for it with D'Oliveira. Now Kerstetter gets it back. The Halifax, Pennsylvania product. Slows things up out in the neutral zone. Plays it back to Hugo and will change up. 9:45 to play in the first. 1-0 Ontario on a deflected goal. Here's Gonzaga with a blast. Scooped up by Miranda. Can't get to it in a collision with Neto going for the ball. And will we get a foul or a card? They're going to call it a foul. Elmo Neto is the player that's down. See Gonzaga there take the blast. The ball scooped up. It was loose. And that's a dangerous play foul because you can see that foot of Miranda getting up there into the face of Neto. You get that foot up high into the face trying to kick the ball and a player's going for it. Absolutely. Could have even gotten carded on that, but instead it'll be a restart coming up for the Heat. Don't tell me they're going to do a drop ball. Easily should be a restart. That's what it's going to be. So the Heat will get a restart just inside the arc, right near the top of the box. We've got David Miller there. Lucio Gonzaga, they'll approach, they'll pull the trigger, Francis! Bullseye, upper left corner. What a rip. Dominic Francis on the restart goal, ties this game at 1. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 27 seconds. Watch this one. As he approaches, left foot, upper left corner. The wall just not tight enough. They really kind of jumped a little bit. I think everyone's kind of yelling at Douglas Lima there, but Lima was actually jumping right in front, trying to stop it. So Francis gets his first goal. He turned it on last year. He tried getting him in 2 years ago and had some visa issues. Finally got with the team last season. And just remarkable improvement all season as we're tied at 1. Ball dumped down in the corner, sent in from the left side. Basso trying to get to it. He's down. Now Miranda grabs it. It'll be a free kick coming up for Ontario. .909 to go in the first. The Heat playing its only home game of November. They'll be back here on December 1st and 2nd. Hope you fans start getting your Harrisburg Heat tickets for the season. Loose ball near the top of the arc. Chantel double team there, able to get it out. Comes all the way back to Jose Manuel Gonzalez. Now Miranda's going to chip it high in the air. It comes out near the yellow line. Headed by Ricardinho. Still loose down in the corner. And Ontario trying to get it out, faking and working it through traffic. And they'll get the help of Marcus Jordan. Dos Santos out in the neutral zone, trying to get it again to Thiago, but it bounces all the way back to the Fury keeper, Miranda. He'll play it out of midfield. Miranda on it, back in his own end, playing it up the middle, knocked the other way by the Heat. Look out, here's Gonzaga. One time, so Miranda got the hand on it. Oh, nice play, because it was just a turn and shoot for Gonzaga, and good placement there by Miranda. 8 minutes to go in the first, tied at 1. Goals by D'Oliveira of the Fury, which was deflected in by Chantel, and the Heat with a restart goal at 5:27 by Dominic Francis. Here comes a run down the right side and a block. Cisse and a shot up and out of play. Now we've got timeout, so we'll step out. 7:40 to play here in the first. It's Harrisburg 1 and Ontario 1. Back after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com.
Well, the Minions making an appearance tonight here in Harrisburg. There's some other games in the out-of-town scoreboard from last night. This Ontario Fury team beat Syracuse 7-6. Baltimore over Cedar Rapids 8-7. As the Heat look to restart, also Tacoma knocked off Turlock 7-3. Other games tonight, I think Florida's in Cedar Rapids. Actually, vice versa. Cedar Rapids in Florida. Restart coming up. Top of the arc, shot, score! Right down the slot. Leonardo D'Oliveira with a restart blast. And he'll be credited with his second goal of the game. Time of the goal, 7 minutes and 24 seconds. 3-man wall sets up in front of him, but everybody kind of turned out of the way. You've got to stand there and take it. Second goal of the game for D'Oliveira. It's now 2-1 Ontario. On the near side, Dos Santos. And Hugo sending it down into the corner, trying to get it to Neto. Over on the far side, they'll clear it out of their own end. Ball sent down the near boards. Merritt plays it to the middle, and Hugo's going to come out and pick it up. Last year, the Heat finishing even and able to make the playoffs. Gave Baltimore a good fight in the playoffs, but Baltimore eventually won and won the MASL championship. Thiago with it up the far side, looks to bring it toward the middle at center circle, near side. Ricardinho. He'll approach the yellow line, move it across the middle. Now he'll leave it to Santos with a blast, trying to hook that upper corner, but it goes up and out of play. See David Miller there at the bottom of the screen. He and brother Tom, teammates last year. Francis getting pushed in the neutral zone, no foul whistled. Couple head ball attempts, and the Fury come up with it. Playing it back to the near side, Juan Carlos Gonzalez. On to the near side. Gonzalez getting it over to Miranda. Almost intercepted on the far side by Chantel, knocked around the glass, but Gonzaga will bring it back out of traffic. Move it up the middle of the field. Lucio will tap it right side. David Miller gets free. Right wing shot, save. And the counterattack comes back out to the neutral zone. At the Abreu. Dumping it down to the right side. One coming on. The Heat weren't ready for that. Hugo has to make the stop on Cordero. Hugo rolls it back out, and Gonzaga has it again. A little slower this time, a little winded from that last run. Far side, Heat with it. A little dancing around by Ricardinho. Back out to Kerstetter. Dos Santos onto the far side, Thiago. He tries passing, gets it back. Ball knocks high. Straight up. Poked around. Here come the Fury. Sent down into the right corner. Still loose there, and shot wide off the glass. Comes back out to the left side. Cordero shot save Hugo. Kerstetter knocks it around the boards, but the Ontario Fury keep it alive and move into the middle. De Oliveira just off the mark, shotting wide, and finally cleared out by Ricardinho, but this one takes off on him and goes out of play. 2-1 Ontario leading with 4:38 to play in the first. Former Harrisburg Heat head coach Jim Pollinahan here tonight. From back in the 90s, he'll be our guest coming up at halftime. Always great having conversations with Jim. First ever scorer in the MISL. Had the first ever goal. Foul against the Heat. Restart coming up at the left side. Israel Sase playing it over to the far side. Uncavage. Passing it near the top of the box. Shot just wide left by De Abreu. Sent back out to the neutral zone once again. Sase setting it down into the left side. And the Fury working around. Shot wide this time by Goncalves. And out of play. Off the Heat, it'll be a restart coming up at the top of the arc. .355 to go in the first. Glad to have you along on YouTube with the MASL. Also on the internet radio at WMSSFM.com. Just click on the alternate stream. You'll hear it there and the TuneIn app. Far side, he with a nice steal. That's going to be Ricardinho poking it up the far side. Thiago on it, trying to work it in, but has his pocket picked. And the Fury come up with it, dumping it all the way down. De Oliveira with a head ball back out front, but recovering on it to the left side, and a shot and a save by Hugo. And sent back to the middle and wide open on the far post. Macon De Abreu. De Abreu scores to make it 3-1. Time of the goal. 11 minutes and 23 seconds. Macon De Abreu. First shot was a nice save by Hugo, but it was played to the backside. No one was there to really guard it. And De Oliveira gets the assist on that. 3-1 Ontario. The Heat need to settle down their first game. Ontario played last night, had to travel. Hugo's going to chip it down into the corner. Trying to get it down to Elmo Neto. He's double teamed along the boards. He gets abused down there along the boards. He took a lot of abuse last season, but they'll whistle the foul against him. It'll be Ontario's ball. Taking some abuse the other day with those corner boards. The glass panel down in the north corner shattered in practice the other day. So they had to take care of one of those glass panels. You don't see that very often. Ontario with the ball. They'll play it down to the near side. Lima on it. Trying to work into the Heat zone with Gonzaga on him. 3-1 in favor of the Fury. Nice little heel kick by Cordero. Then poked back out to the neutral zone. Merritt sending it down in the corner. This one goes up and out of play. It'll be a goal kick for the Harrisburg Heat. Another game tonight, the Ambush, St. Louis playing Milwaukee. Tomorrow, Monterey against the Barracuda, and might be another game tomorrow too. We'll try to keep you up on the scoreboard tonight. Out in the neutral zone. Far side Heat on it, shot just wide. Here's Thiago. Back out to Kerstetter. Now Chantel taking his time. Make that Gonzaga over to the far corner. And the Fury come up with another steal. They're very quick on the counterattacks. Wasting no time bringing it up the floor. Onto the left side, knocked off the boards by Cisse. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Dos Santos on it. Dumping it down to the near side. Gonzaga keeps it alive at the right point. He'll play it back to Elmo Neto. 1:15 to go in the first. Stephen Basso on it. Back over to Chantel. Back to Hugo. Basso, the block leader last year. Always getting that leg, foot, body in front of the ball. It's a punishing job. Ball sent down. Elmo Neto on it. Has Basso moving to the corner, but he'll take the shot. Ball gets freed up into the corner again, and getting tripped up there is going to be Ricardinho. It's going to be a free kick coming up for the Heat. Ricardinho first on and down into that corner, but getting kicked by Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Now Thiago will restart things. He's going to put Basso, Chantel, and Ricardinho out front. But I think they want to talk about it, so we'll step out and take a break. 38 seconds to go in the first. Ontario 3, Harrisburg Heat 1. Back after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Harrisburg Heat down 3-1 Coach Denison Cabral in his second season. Trying to get his players all on the same page. They've got an important restart coming up here with 38 seconds to go. In this first quarter. All right, let's see what they do here. They've got left corner restart. Neto's on the left side going toward the box. It's played around the boards in front. Neto is just off by a foot, comes back out. Oh, and Chiago gets wiped out, and that's going to be a card. Absolutely. Chiago along the boards just got sliced by Israel Cisse. I don't know what he's arguing. I think Dominic Francis just came over and told him, hey, it's not how you go for the ball. I mean, he just sliced him open. Right into the boards. Coming in with a ball tackle, feet first, and that'll be a power play coming up for the Heat. The first power play of the game. Time of the penalty is 14:27. Out front. Ricardinho shot it wide. In front. Another shot. Goal! Elmo Neto. Followed up the shot by Ricardinho, and Elmo Neto right in the middle to finish it off. Power play goal at 14:36. They should give Ricardinho the assist on that because he shot it just wide. It bounced straight to the middle and near the top of the box. Was Neto to finish it off. 3-2 is our score. Ontario with a lead late here in the first quarter. Ball sent back to Miranda. He'll clear it out. Dos Santos comes up with it. He'll work it down along the near boards. Now David Miller, right point. Works across the yellow, pulls the trigger up just above the crossbar and out of play. Two seconds to go in the first. Three to two, Ontario leading. Miranda's just going to toss it high in the air, and that'll do it. We've played one here in Harrisburg in the home opener for the Harrisburg Heat. It's Ontario 3, Harrisburg 2. Back with the second quarter after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com. Friedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Friedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Damn bad habit.
My battle buddies and I attended the NHL Stadium Series at Yankee Stadium.
My goodness, I can keep going on down by Chambersburg. So many different military installations, the 193rd, various Army and Air National Guard units. So we're very happy to participate with VetTix. So it's 3-2 as we head to the second quarter. Ontario leading Harrisburg. John Wilsbach with you. Glad to have you along. We switch sides, and the Heat are going from right to left. Gonzaga with a shot just wide, loose down in front. Kick to the side by Miranda. Another one deflects wide and headed high in the air. Goes to the left side to Elmo Neto. Neto gets knocked into the boards with a high elbow from Lima. That'll be a foul against Ontario. I'll tell you, Neto really looks lean and mean coming into this game. Looks in shape. Gonzaga to restart things. He's out there with Basso. He'll step away. Basso will approach. Plays it to the middle, but it's behind Neto. Comes back out front. Ricardinho with a shot up and out of play. In the neutral zone, Ontario with it. Miranda plays it out to the neutral zone and gets it back from Bravo. This time chips it up to the far side. Working it around in midfield. D'Oliveira back to Miranda. On to the near side, Moret. D'Oliveira on the far side. Chips it down toward the left corner. D'Oliveira trying to get on it. Keeps control though. Moves back over into the corner. Great foot skills and possession. He'll play it back out to the neutral zone. He's got 2 goals. There's a shot down the slot, but Hugo right there in front and able to grab on. Now Kerstetter on it, playing it back out. That pass by Ricardinho gives it away, and the Fury shoot it wide. Follow-up bounces back out to the neutral zone. Nunez will play it back out to the neutral zone. Miranda all the way out in the neutral zone, coming up near midfield. The keeper for the Fury dumping it down into the corner. Still loose on the left side. Nunez has it knocked away by Dos Santos. Out for David Miller, but stolen, brought back in. Center point, down on the right post, and right there is Hugo diving on it and grabbing on. He'll put it down on the carpet now, and Kerstetter will look to get it out. Ricardinho up the middle of the field, little give and go action with Thiago, but his pass off the mark, and the Fury on it again in the neutral zone. Pushing foul from behind against Marcus Chantel. It'll be a free kick for the Fury. Just underway here in the second quarter, 3-2 in favor of Ontario. Ball dumped down into the corner. High off the glass. Cordero. Now cleared out by the Heat. D'Oliveira make that Goncalves trying to send it down in. And brought back out once again. Lima. Goncalves. Back to the near side. And we're going to get a little pushing and shoving incident, kicking there between Chantel and Leonardo D'Oliveira. Foul whistled against the Heat defender. Restart coming up for the Ontario Fury. They'll fly back home most likely tomorrow. Back to California. Just a couple hours away from San Diego. Shot just wide. Loose ball in the corner, comes back out front again. Lima playing it to the left side. And we've got even more physical play and a blue card pulled on the Harrisburg Heat. On Elmo Neto, he's saying he took a dive. Well, Lima is down on the carpet. And we'll get a 2-minute power play coming up for Ontario. Hands to the face on Neto. Lima goes off. And a restart coming up for Ontario with a man advantage. The Heat will be shorthanded. They'll go with Kerstetter, Basso, Gonzaga, and Dos Santos. Goncalves to restart just inside the yellow line. They'll play at center point. Back to the right wing. Out front Goncalves. Now D'Oliveira and a trip called against the Heat. And the Heat again trying to say that he's taking a dive out there. Thiago Goncalves. Hearing it from the Heat players. Now Gonzaga and Kerstetter will set up a two-man wall with Basso and Dos Santos protecting the outsides. Shot, goal, restart, rip. And I think this game's going to get a little chippier now after some yapping going on and a power play goal. Unassisted, time of the goal, 3 minutes and 14 seconds. He just approached that near the top of the arc and just ripped it top corner. So Goncalves scores at 3:14. It's 4-2 Ontario. Hugo sends it up the middle of the field. Francis comes over for the Heat. He's going to run it into the left side. He'll pull the trigger up and out of play. Dominic Francis had an earlier restart goal. First goal of the season for the Heat. At 5:27 of the first. 4-2 is our score. Ontario with the lead. Ball sent up the middle of the field. Dumps down all the way into the corner. Hugo gets on it. Trying to knock it out. And Gonzaga will tap it to the near side. Kerstetter's got room to run down the near boards. Brad will send it down into the corner around. Loose in front, but cleared back out. Now Gonzaga slowing it up near center circle. He'll work it over on the far side. Dos Santos behind the midfield stripe. Sending it up the middle and headed back out to the neutral zone. Head ball missing there. Dos Santos knocking it along the boards. Danny DePrima battling for it for the Heat, and DePrima is fouled. Danny DePrima played for the Heat a few years ago. Ever since then, had been outdoor with the Islanders, but now he's back to the indoor game for the Heat. Local product out of the Dillsburg area. Restart for the Heat. Ball sent off the boards to the middle, but cleared back out of play by Ontario. Should be a restart top of the arc, I thought. They're going to say it was deflected out. I don't get that. Instead, it'll just be a kick in for the Heat. Right point of the Ontario zone. Dos Santos steps out of the way. Lucio Gonzaga sends it off the boards again, trying to get it to Neto. And now we should get a handball against Elmo Neto as it popped up. It'll be Ontario's ball. Okay, getting scrappy and chippy here at the Farm Show Arena. Only game this month here for the Heat. And then they're going to play 6 games in 16 days in December. 3 weekends of back-to-backs. Dos Santos with the ball in the neutral zone. Good weave job through traffic, but then loses it right at midfield. D'Oliveira knocks it away. Chantel will send it back to Hugo. He'll chip it high in the air out of midfield. And the Fury come up with it once again. Lima sending it over to the far side. Near side, Cisse. Back to Miranda, who chips it high in the air. Still loose out in the neutral zone. Ten minutes to go here in the second. 4-2 Ontario. They'll work it down to the right side. D'Oliveira has it poked away, but again the Fury keep possession. On to the near side it goes. Cordero. Top of the arc, back out to the neutral zone. Ontario keeping possession. Free kick coming up for the Fury. Hugo with the ball. On the near side, playing it back out to Kerstetter. Under pressure, back to Hugo. Ontario's pushing up. And they try to blast one from the neutral zone on the steal. Goncalves puts it way up top. 4-2, Ontario leading, 9:14 to play in the second. Fremont Mortgage Field here at the Farm Show Arena. Thiago with the ball, playing it over onto the far side. Basso. Back to Hugo. Basso, a little room to run, sending it up all the way to the right side. Thiago trying to center it, but it's cleared back out. And Hugo comes up with it again in his own end. Here's Kerstetter again. Trying to get it down to the right side, now to play. Restart coming up. Dos Santos trying to steal it away in the neutral zone. Cleared back out. Kerstetter running it down, getting it back to Hugo. Playing it along the near boards. Kerstetter, long pass all the way down. Ball sent in front by David Miller and sent back out again by the Fury. The Heat attacking, but not getting any great opportunities. Ricardino's going to leave it. Gonzaga's going to take over with Chantel back there. Heat working right to left in the purple. Ontario's in the white. Chantel playing it up the middle. Left side, Dos Santos leaves in the corner. Neto has to run it down. Can't get a shot off. Plays it back out for Marcus Chantel in the neutral zone. Center circle, Lucio Gonzaga. Up on the far side, Dos Santos sends it toward the top of the arc, but intercepted there by Lima. And Dos Santos comes over there again for the Heat, sending it back to Hugo. 4-2 in favor of the Fury. Chantel's pass, make that Gonzaga's pass is intercepted. And the Fury sending it all the way down into the corner. D'Oliveira knocks it off the boards to himself, but Hugo heads up right there to jump right on it. Sent up the field. DePrima on it at midfield. He's battling but loses it to Diabreu. Miranda clears it back out. Headed high in the air into the Heat bench. Out of play. And we'll get a stoppage. 6:46 to go here in the second. Our score is Ontario 4 and Harrisburg 2. Come back after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
Little dog in the pet.
Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com.
And share with 5 of their friends, who share with 5 more. Before long, thousands get involved. Pet stores stop selling dogs from puppy mills, and even more lives are saved. And with your help, we can save them all. Visit bestfriends.org/puppymills to learn more.
Back in Harrisburg, John Wilsbach with you. Dennison Cabral trying to get his team to tighten it up. And our players train hard 7 days a week. They get sore. They go to Holmes Chiropractic for their adjustments. Holmes is the official chiropractor of the Heat, where the pros go. Sprained, strained, broken? Call 24/7 for orthopedic injury care and advice. See an orthopedic specialist. Avoid the way to the ER, orthopedic urgent care, without the trauma. The Orthopedic Institute of Pennsylvania, Arlington Orthopedics, Family of Care, PA. Proud medical provider of the Harrisburg Heat. And what are you doing after the game? It's Mr. G's. Come celebrate with the players and the fans of Mr. G's Sports Bar. No one loves the Heat as much as Mr. G, but everyone loves Mr. G's food. Post games, each game at Mr. G's. Restart coming up here for the Harrisburg Heat. They trail 4-2. Hugo getting the ball, but again, Ontario keeping the pressure up, and the Heat going backwards. Chiago on it. Hugo onto the far side. Now Kerstetter trying to get it out of traffic. Long pass up along the boards, knocks around. Basso has along the side, got tripped up. It'll be a foul against Ontario. 6:25 to go here in the second. Neutral zone, it's going to be Kerstetter. Far side, Neto. He's double teamed along the boards, gives it to Kerstetter down the corner around the boards, but nobody home in front. And cleared back out to the neutral zone. Chiago on it again, moves in, his shot blocked. Dos Santos will run it down the neutral zone. Chantel on it just outside his yellow line. Back to the keeper, Hugo. On to the near side, Dos Santos. Long pass by Hugo down toward the corner for Gonzaga. Sent on Miranda, but he blocks it back out to the neutral. D'Oliveira trying to come up with it. And he does, knocking it to the near boards. And we'll get a foul against the Heat. Dos Santos called for that foul. Heat with a steal in the neutral zone. Got some numbers, but the pass behind David Miller. And that just changes everything. Dos Santos playing it back out again. David Miller on it. Gonzaga back to the keeper, Hugo. .444 to go. A lot of sliding going on near side. Miller trying to come up with it, but stolen back by Moret. Bravo trying to clear it out, get some help. And the Fury have it down the near side. D'Oliveira dumps it down into the corner. He's been everywhere in this game. Thiago trying to clear it out now from his own end. Comes up with it. And we'll get the handball against the Heat. It'll be a free kick coming up here for the Fury. Out front, shot wide. Now the foul this time against Bravo for taking out the Heat. 4:16 to go in the second, 4-2 Fury. First game of the season for Harrisburg. Fury with a win in Syracuse. Thiago has his pocket pick trying to move in. Brought the other way by D'Abreu. Plays it over to the left side. Fake, shot, save. Is Gonzalez as it's cleared back out. All the way back for it. Cisse and Miranda, the keeper. Now looking to clear it out. Sends it down toward the corner. D'Abreu on it. Sent down into the right corner. Ontario keeping control, but their pass stolen away. And sent back out. Still loose near the top of the arc, and a shot and a save by Hugo. Right down the slot. Hugo trying to get to it and does. Here come the Heat the other way. Trying to get the pass to Big Bulatov. Now Gonzaga trying to come up with it. Now Kerstetter running in for it. And they're going to whistle the foul on Kerstetter, who had the clear shot at the ball. But Lima is down, and they call the foul on Kerstetter. He's been down a few times in this game. Hugo in the right position on a lot of these. Making some good saves, flying to his right. Here's another one, another save. Hugo falling to his right. Able to come up with it. Good reaction, Hugo da Silva. He'll bring it outside the yellow line. Sends it up the middle. Head ball missing by Miller. I don't know if he got a piece of it or not, but he at least screamed Miranda, and it's a goal for the Heat. Let's see if he got a piece of it or not. I think Hugo's going to get credited for the goal here. Hugo outside the yellow, he dumps it down. Yeah, absolutely. It's a goal for Hugo. Miller never touched it. He tried to get the header on it. Tried even stuck that heel back there. But the goal is Hugo. Time of the goal, 12:28. From outside the yellow line, Hugo with the goal. Unassisted. 4-3, Ontario. Hugo. You don't see too many goalkeeper goals. And that one just great job by David Miller getting down there in front of Jose Miranda, just kind of distracting him, blocking him a little bit, getting in front of him. He never saw that ball coming down from Hugo. It was a good blast. Four to 3 is our score. In favor of the Fury. Ball sent to the near side. Miranda on it again, trying to clear it out, and does. Miller coming up with it near center circle, knocks it over to the far boards. Keeps it alive at the right point. Still guarding it. Now sends it all the way back to Hugo. Chantel is on it, back to his own yellow line, 1:38 to go in the half. We'll be talking to Jim Pollahan, former Heat coach, former MISL player. From back in the day, scored the first ever goal. Dominic Francis knocked down. Play continues as Ontario changes up. And the Heat able to poke it away. Francis got knocked down, but no whistle. Look out, Ontario with a shot in the block by Basso. De Oliveira trying to get to it again, and the Heat will be called for a holding foul. Make that Lima being fouled. Restart coming up. 1:02 to go in the half. 4-3 Ontario. So he said a restart, but he wants a timeout, so I'll take one as well. 1:02 to go in the second. 4-3 is our score in favor of Ontario. Back after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or Chris the Realtor for you at gmail.com.
Dreyer Physical Therapy Institute, proud to offer modern treatment services for many musculoskeletal disorders and diseases, as well as for post-injury, post-operative rehabilitation. They lead the industry by faithfully upholding their patient care promise. Ensure access services within 24 hours of patients receiving referrals. They work with all insurance plans. That's Dreyer Physical Therapy. Restart coming up here for Ontario. Ball played out front. Shot deflects off of the Heat and Thiago. It'll be a corner kick coming up. One minute to go in the second. Restart from the corner. They'll play it to the corner, and it's blocked. Official hadn't even blown the whistle yet. Was trying to set the wall. When a team does that, they should just take the ball from her, give possession to the other team. They're going to start illegally early. All right, but they'll get another chance. The Fury play it out front. That blast gets deflected just wide. Dangerous deflection. Chantel trying to clear it out. Still keeps possession. Sends it back to Hugo. He'll chip it high in the air out at center circle. It's headed forward. David Miller trying to get to it, but it's taken back into De Oliveira's own zone. Now he'll lose it. Miller out at center circle to Chantel. Basso on it. Up over on the far side. Ricardinho dances it around but loses it. Now Thiago trying to get control again. Working forward. And they'll get the holding foul against the Fury. 4-3 is our scores. We're coming up on halftime. Got Jim Pollahan with us at halftime. Don't want to miss that as we get a timeout. Fans, don't forget, you can get social with the Harrisburg Heat. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you need the best products and services and office products and documents, call Docio. They service all of Central PA region and have earned a reputation so strong, we made them the official copier company of the Harrisburg Heat. December 1st is the Teddy Bear Toss. It benefits our friends at Children's Cancer Recovery Foundation. It's Saturday. Make that Friday, December 1st, the Teddy Bear Toss. Saturday, December 2nd, get the Fury again. Welcome mascots of Paw Patrol. Free photo opportunities and games with your favorite Paw Patrol mascots. Special admission discounts for Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. December 1st and 2nd, the Harrisburg Heat here at the Farm Show Arena. Large arena in the Friedmont Mortgage Field. 19 seconds to play in the half. Heat down by 1. Restart coming up. Got Lucio Gonzaga out there with Francis. And Kerstetter. Sent down into the corner, but Ontario comes up with it and clears it back out. With 4 seconds to go. Hugo to restart things. He'll just put it down on the carpet. Just not enough time as it's shot from midfield, and that'll do it. We've reached halftime here at the Farm Show Large Arena. Our score, Ontario 4 and Harrisburg 3. Stay tuned, halftime show coming up on the Heat Soccer Network.
Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com. Friedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Friedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
%80 of smokers start before the age of 18. 430,000 of those people die each year from tobacco, only wishing they could have stopped.
I still would like to have one smoke But now, I never leave you. I never leave you.
This man has spent approximately $72,800 on cigarettes total, averaging a pack a day. Additional health problems from his addiction have greatly affected his life. In medical expenses alone, he has paid $750,000 for an addiction he wishes he never started. If he could say one thing to all of you listening, this is what he would say.
It's a habit you just can't quit. It's a damn bad habit.
Welcome back to the Farm Show Arena. John Wills back with you at halftime. Ontario leading the Harrisburg Heat 4-3 on the home opener for the Harrisburg Heat. We'll run down all the stats and out-of-town scoreboard for you just a little bit, but always great welcoming into the broadcast booth our halftime guest and the one and only, one of the members of the Harrisburg Heat Hall of Fame, the first ever coach of the Harrisburg Heat, and the first person to score the first goal in MISL history, Jim Pollahan.
That was a few years ago, I think, wasn't it, John?
What year was that? 77, 8?
That was 78.
78.
December of 78.
Man. And did you never...
I must have been, 10 years old then?
you would have never thought that would be something that you would be remembered for.
Exactly. It was, at the time, it was just a goal to get our team started, and we got to win that night. And you don't think about that until it's brought up years later. And yeah, that's right. I'll go down in the history books.
That was what, with New York?
Yeah, New York Arrows.
Yeah. What was it like those first couple years? Indoor soccer was trying to make, dents in big city markets, trying to, introduce pretty much a new sport to America.
Exactly. What it was when it first started, most of the teams were filled with NASL soccer players that played in the summer with the NASL teams, and then they went indoor because the indoor and the outdoor didn't overlap for the first 2 seasons. So it was exciting. It was something that we were able to get paid in the wintertime, which we weren't doing too much earlier than in the NASL. And we started out with, I think, 5 or 6 teams the first season, and it just kept growing from there.
A lot of big soccer names were playing back then, and a lot of the soccer enthusiasts who still watch these broadcasts nowadays will remember some of them. Who were some of the best and some of the greats that you played against and with?
Oh, well, what happened in probably 1983, a lot of the NASL teams started to close up shop. The league was going down, losing teams, and the MISL was gaining teams. So a lot of the best players in the NASL came over to the indoor game, and we had goalkeeper-wise, there were some great goalkeepers, but Branko Segota, Steve Zungo were playing, Julie V played, Tattoo was playing, and you name it. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
In the 80s, there were some great indoor players.
You were a defender?
I was a defender.
Who was the toughest guy to defend against in indoor that you played against? Do you recall?
There was a lot of them.
Zungo was good, obviously.
Zungo was good. Fortunately, I got to play with him 1 year in New York. Then my second year, I played in Houston, and we played New York in the finals, and we lost to him 7-4. So he was always one of the best. Branko Segota was up there. Preki was up there. Stan Semenkovic. Just phenomenal skills that you couldn't get the ball away from these guys.
Yeah. And then you ended up in Baltimore.
I was in Baltimore, yes. Houston played there my second year and had a very good team, but very few fans. And so the team moved to Baltimore, and we brought over the head coach, Kenny Cooper, and probably about 4 or 5 of our players that were playing in Houston went over to Baltimore. And that was in 1980, and stayed in Baltimore till I came up here in 91 with the Heat.
And you were an assistant coach with Kenny Cooper.
Correct. When I stopped playing in 84 after we won a championship, I did some TV broadcasts for the Blast. And then Kenny asked me to come on as an assistant coach, so I was an assistant coach for 5 seasons down in Baltimore.
And he was in Baltimore. He went to Tampa for a couple years, tried to make things happen down there. Do you stay in touch with him?
I talk to him infrequently, but we do keep in touch. He's back in the Dallas area where he came over from England and played outdoor with Dallas Tornado. His wife is from Dallas, and his kids all grew up in Dallas, so he's back in that area.
When you were in Baltimore, that's when you made the choice to put in for the Harrisburg Heat job the first year of the Harrisburg Heat. How did all that come about?
Well, it was. I heard about it the summer before the team was starting. I knew a little bit about the Hershey Impact. I had come up and seen some games. I knew Nicky Nikolic, and I knew a lot of the players. Actually, we would scout some of those players to try to get them to play with the Baltimore Blast. And I heard about it. I'm not sure where I heard about it, but I thought I'm going to look into it. I've been an assistant for 5 years. Kenny wasn't looking to move on from Baltimore at that time. I was comfortable what I was doing, but I thought if I ever want an opportunity to coach, this might be a good testing ground for me. So I applied for the job and was fortunate enough to get it, and started off with magnificent team our first season. It was a great season for us, and it really got the fans into it and got the players into it, and we built from there.
You built some big players: Danny Kelly, David Bascom, Mark Pulisic, Bill Betcher, go on and on, Scoop Stanisic. You had a lot of players, and some of those weren't from the first-year team, some added in the second year, third year, and so on. But the talent that you had here in Harrisburg, and you made the playoffs, went all the way to the finals in '95. That's a lot of personality on one team.
Well, it sure was. Luckily, we had a great chemistry with the players. And, if you look back at that first team, I would say about 90% of them now are coaching on the professional level or college level or running club soccer organizations. So they were really into the game. They understood the game, and they were, they're an asset to me as a coach, that they knew what they were doing. And like I said, the chemistry between the players in that first season was phenomenal. And, it built from there.
Some of the guys I failed to mention: Franklin McIntosh, Doug Miller, who became a coach and a player as well. Bobby Lilly. What can you say about Bob Lilly? He has been so successful in his coaching in outdoor.
He has. Bob has studied the game to the extremes. And, he works at it 24 hours a day. He talks the game. Every time you have a conversation, he's talking about his last game or any game that he's been involved with, and he really loves the game and wants to do well, and he has done well with every team he's been with.
Yeah. Mark Pulisic was another one of those guys who was a player for you, and then became a coach in the indoor game in Detroit and was successful there. And of course now getting the stardom for his son, who is one of the top players in the United States. You got to be happy for him.
Yeah, it's been great. Mark was just a worker. A very good player, but he worked and worked and worked. And, after practice, he would be staying late and running. He would sometimes run the practice, and he was always staying fit. When he stopped playing and he got into coaching, he was still keeping himself fit mentally and physically. And, there's stories about Mark and Bobby and Christian. When Christian was 5 and 6 years old, they would sit down and watch games on TV and critique the games, and Christian just loved it. It wasn't forced on him by any means. He wanted to be there, and that's how kids develop. They watch the game, they learn from watching it, talking to people that understand the game, and those two taught him a lot. And obviously he's got the mentality to be he already is a star, but maybe to be a superstar.
Yeah. When you come back here and see some of the Heat games, do you feel that itch at all to get down behind the bench and yell about certain things at all, or are you just relaxing?
I'm just relaxing. I had my time there and enjoyed it for the most part. When you're winning, you're sky high, and when you're losing, you got to find a way back out of that barrel. You're at the bottom of the barrel. So it's got its pluses, it's got its minuses. I still support the team as best I can. I like to obviously come to the games and see them win. Last year's season was a phenomenal season, and lost to Baltimore on a heartbreak of a game here, and Baltimore went on to win the championship again. So there's a lot to be proud of for the Harrisburg Heat.
Yeah, and one person I don't want to forget about is the person who first started it here in Harrisburg after Hershey was folding, and that's Dr. Rex Herbert. And I think a lot of people forget what he did and how he was able to get things started and build something here in Harrisburg.
Exactly. Without the likes of Rex and and Pat Flynn at the time that was helping him out. Who knows if this franchise would have ever been around as long as it has been. They put in the time and the effort, and they let the players play. They let me coach. They gave me the financial backing to get things done. We were one of the smaller markets, but probably outdrew many of the teams in our league. And without a person like that or people like that in the organization, it makes it very tough. We came out and laid the groundwork, and you need to win games to gain that full-time support, and we were fortunate that we did. And we had a great gathering here, and it's coming back. Hopefully it'll be back to the glory days when this place was filled, and if we can get it back to that, I think everybody will be happy.
All right, real quick, what team did you hate playing the most? Which team did you love playing against the most?
I hated playing against all of them when we were on the road, because it's so tough to win on the road. But we had success on the road. I guess playing St. Louis sticks out because they were always very strong, and when we got up against them in the finals, they beat us 4-0, which is very disappointing, especially the last game we had here, the fourth game. We had a nice halftime lead, and they made some changes. We didn't adapt to them and ended up losing the game. So that was one franchise that, and being from St. Louis, obviously you always want to beat those people. Yeah. I guess we like playing Dayton because we had a lot of success against Dayton.
Yes, we did.
Even though they were a feisty team that never gave up, we would win the close ones against them almost every time.
And they were exciting, indeed. Always great seeing you. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, thanks, Johnny. Thanks for having me, and I hope to see you at many more games. I'm sure you'll be here. I hope I will be, too.
I hope so, too. Jim Pollahan, former head coach for the Harrisburg Heat, our guest at halftime. Our score 4-3, Ontario leading the Heat. We'll come back with the second half after this here on the Heat Soccer Network.
From the VIP, heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit.
That's a goal by Francis of the Heat. And the Heat able to clear it back out, but restart there by Harrisburg, just wide, but Neto able to finish that one off. Just a nice little tapper down the middle off the rebound, and that restart by Goncalves. Nice save by Hugo. A couple in a row there, and Hugo able to score. Look at this, outside the yellow, dumps it down, but it goes behind David Miller, who misses on it, and just misplayed by the keeper Miranda and goes in. But D'Oliveira, he's been the force for this Ontario team. We get set for the second half of action. John Wilsbach with you here at the Farm Show. Max Stevens will be joining us this season on the broadcast a few times, filling in for me at times. welcome him back. You heard him last year filling in for me, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple that I have to miss here this year, but we'll make sure everything is under control. Max will have it. Long-time broadcaster and cover of the Harrisburg Heat. Nine saves for Hugo thus far in the game. Miranda with 5 saves. Ontario going right to left to start this third quarter. I'm glad to have you along on WMSSFM.com. For those of you listening on the TuneIn app and on the internet, pick the alternate stream. You can listen there. On YouTube at MASL TV. Our friends at Invicta taking care of our broadcast. Heat with it, sending it down the near side, but it goes off the foot of Neto out of play. It'll be a kick in for the Fury. Ball sent out to the neutral zone. And Miranda has it. Down the near side, they'll work it. Left side, Nunez. His shot wide, still blocked out front. Dos Santos comes up with it. Sends it back out. Dos Santos with a shot up. And out of play into the upper deck. Welcome along you folks out in California. This Ontario Fury team, they beat Turlock 12-6. They beat Syracuse yesterday 7-6. I know they can't wait to get back home, play in front of their fans. We'll get you some of their schedule coming up. Ricardinho with a shot, has it blocked out of play. Ontario's got some big games coming up in December. Especially around Christmas time with San Diego and Turlock into January with Tacoma. Another shot just off the mark. So you fans out there in the Ontario area, get your tickets for the Fury. You fans here in Harrisburg will get another chance to see this matchup between these two teams this season. So check out HarrisburgHeat.com. And a goal. Newcomer, Budilov. And we're tied at 4. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 6 seconds of the third. Harrisburg keeping that pressure on. A lot of Heat fans here, and Dos Santos sends it down to the corner, and deep in that corner, Bruno Ramos. They have it listed wrong as Budilov. But it's tied at 4. Early here in the third. Set up the middle of the field. Ontario comes up with it. D'Oliveira almost took out the ref on a pass, but brought back out to the neutral zone. Gonzaga, long pass up to Basso with a shot saved by Miranda. And the Fury trying to clear it out. The Heat picking up the pressure and picking up the pace. They've got some momentum building. Down along the near side, it's going to be the Fury again on it. Heat battling on the far side. And the shot just wide left. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Moves off of Ramos out of play. Got a couple players out there with different named jerseys on there. And that's why there's a little confusion here for some. Like DePrima is playing with the 14, which is a Tom Meller jersey. And Ramos with the number 9 Bekbulatov jersey. Ball dumped down into the corner by Hugo. Neto trying to get on it, but it comes over the left side. Oh, man, Dos Santos with a rip. Miranda got a piece of it, comes back out. Luck out down in the right corner. Ricardino with a shot wide, and missing in front was Neto. To the left side, sent to the middle and blocked again. As Basso was challenging on Lima. And another steal by the Heat, and Chantel make that Gonzaga comes up with it. They'll play it back to Chantel. And now back to the keeper. Hugo will send it. Long pass down, Elmo Neto. Right wing boards going backwards, working toward the box. Comes out front, shot just wide. Hit the left post by Gonzaga. Far side, Ricardino gets wiped out. Will we get a card? And a little extra activity afterwards. Ricardino got wiped out. Then you've got Neto, along with an Ontario player, getting scrappy down in the left corner. Can't see which one that is. So you've got 2 players down and holding their heads. See if we can see what happens. There's Ricardino. So Neto got the ball. He pushes back. Both kind of, I don't know. You can say both kind of doing an acting job. Both kind of getting the old WWE eye gouge in the faces. Ricardino's up and appears to be okay, and it's just the 2 who are battling with the ball down along the left side who went down. And again, it has been scrappy. We're tied at 4 with 10-10 to play in the third. Ontario player trying to show a little bit of gauze from the mouth area, showing a little blood there. Meanwhile, Neto is still face down on the carpet. It was Gerardo Bravo and Neto who tangled up down on the left wing. I still didn't see any cards pulled. Neto's being helped up. And Calvis Ready to say a couple comments to him, but they'll come off the field. So there's Ricardinho. He gets double teamed and tripped up. And the other two tangling up. 10-10 to go. They're going to put penalties on both of them for 2 minutes. So the hands to the face. So Neto goes to the box. And Bravo should be going to the box as well, and he is. And it's kind of taken a little bit of the steam out of this game as we were getting some good energy and some good flow going on. So as Neto, I believe, is going to go back to the locker room to get checked out. He gets checked out, so the Heat will be able to sub someone else in his place, and that'll be Val Texera. Val has not seen a shift yet in this game. So while Neto gets checked out for medical reasons, they're able to put someone else in his place in the penalty box. So now it's going to be a 4v4. Time of the penalties, 4:50. Restart in front, shot just wide. Kerstetter had an opportunity there, great chance. Sends one around the glass again, loose in front, and goal! Gonzaga! Lucio Gonzaga. And the Heat have taken the lead. Time of the goal, 5 minutes. It's a 4v4 goal by Lucio Gonzaga. Kerstetter sent it off the glass. Miranda got a piece of it, but couldn't clear it out hard enough. And right there was Gonzaga to get the little left foot tapper on it and finish it off. And the Heat have taken the lead, 5-4. Now it will remain a 4v4 for the entire penalty. So hopefully that's a good sign of the Heat playing well in these 4v4s. Ball sent down toward the left corner. Jose Manuel Gonzalez trying to get to it, goes out of play. It'll be a kick in for the Heat. Restart coming up. Brad Kerstetter getting it out for Thiago Freitas. He'll play it back to Hugo. Ball brought back outside the yellow line over onto the far side. Thiago has it. Back onto the near side for Steven Basso. Basso over to Hugo. Up along the far side. Thiago, left wing, looks to go toward the top of the arc. Now leaves it behind. Shot. Score! Ramos! 6-4 Heat. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 57 seconds. Another 4v4 goal by the Harrisburg Heat. Great job by Thiago just to use the heel. Knocks it behind him. Left wing boards. Just a nice ripping bouncer past Miranda. And it's a 2-goal lead for the Heat. Second goal of the game for Bruno Ramos. Again, his jersey says differently. His jersey says Bigbulatov, but it is Ramos. And it's 6-4. 32 seconds still on this 4v4. Hugo playing it up the middle. Dos Santos, the Heat with a 2-goal lead. They've scored 4 unanswered goals in this contest. 15 seconds to go here on the 4v4. 8:20 to play in the third. Ball comes back to Hugo, taking his time. Now Texera will come out of the penalty box for the Heat, serving the penalty for Neto. And Bravo will come out for Ontario, but not during play, and they will both go to their respective benches. Restart coming up. Ontario playing it down the far side. At midfield, Canvas playing it to the left side. Cordero, Goncalves on the near boards, battling there. Ramos, then it's David Miller, bodies flying. Cisse sending it all the way back to Madeira, or Miranda that is. Miranda sending it up the field. Heat tightening things up a little bit more. De Oliveira, who had a lot of room in that first quarter, now losing it. The Heat playing him a lot tighter. Thiago trying to get to it as Ontario brings down the neutral zone. They're starting to tire. They played last night, playing again tonight. Heat a little fresher. Starting to pick it up a little bit more here as it's headed out of play by Brad Kerstetter with 7:10 to go in the third. 6-4 is our score in favor of the Harrisburg Heat. As we get a timeout, we'll step out. 7:10 to go in the third. Harrisburg 6 and Ontario 4. Back after this on the Heat Soccer Network.
To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or Chris the Realtor for you at gmail.com. Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations.
Are proud to bring you this game. The Borough Bar and Grill Hummelstown and Riverfront are open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week till 1:30 a.m., with the kitchen open until 11 p.m. Steaks, chicken, burgers, pasta, seafood, wings, and much more. And they have all the TV sports packages. That's the Borough Bar and Grill on Main Street in Hummelstown and North Front Street in Harrisburg.
Welcome back. John Wills back with you. St. Louis in town on December the 1st, Friday night. Get your tickets at HarrisburgHeat.com. Restart coming up here for Ontario. Dangerous restart at the top of the arc. The Heat with a 6-4 lead. De Oliveira or Goncalves will take it. Shot just wide on the restart. Ball comes all the way out to Miranda. He'll play it down toward the left corner. Goes off the glass. And back out to the neutral zone. Goncalves playing it over to the far side. And back to Miranda, the keeper. Left side on it. Neutral zone. Sent into the corner. And out of play. Restart Dos Santos. He'll get it back up the middle by Hugo, and a nice grab there by David Miller to take control, move in. Shot just wide right. Header by Dos Santos missing. Another one by Miller off the mark. Miranda comes up within the corner and able to clear it back up the middle of the field. Erstetter's going to run it down for the Harrisburg Heat. A little traffic there and able to clear it back up the middle, but he gave it away. And then brought Moret into the corner, and now Harrisburg again trying to get it back out. Ball centered, but blocked by the Heat. Here comes a 2v1. Thiago, right side. Shot wide by DePrima. Thiago again. Shot gets deflected wide. Danny DePrima trying to get on it. Battling right point neutral. Back out to midfield. 5:33 to go in the third. 6-4 Harrisburg. Ramos. He'll play it out for Gonzaga. All the way back to Hugo. Near side again. Gonzaga. Out in the neutral zone. Hugo, long pass down. Gonzaga moving into the right wing boards. Brings it back out to the neutral zone. Sending it back to Hugo again. Down for DePrima, make that, Danny DePrima. Back out of midfield to Basso. He's showing some ball control now. Keeping possession. Gonzaga, far side. Making Ontario chase a little bit with those heavy legs. Chantel trying to pass, but gave it away. Stolen back. Here's Gonzalez. Moving into the left side. Juan Carlos Gonzalez tripped up by Marcus Chantel to be a foul against the Heat. Restart coming up with 4:19 to go in the third. 6-4 Harrisburg. Far side, the Fury with it. Heat looking to give the Fury their first loss of the year. Shot outside the yellow, gets deflected out. A play by Basso. Going to get that leg up in the back and kind of heel it out. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Ontario. The Heat getting 4 unanswered goals. Starting in the second, Hugo, then Ramos, then Gonzaga, then Ramos again. Restart comes out front, shot up and out of play, but we get the whistle. And they're going to call that pushing foul against Ontario on the restart, and they'll give the ball to Harrisburg. They called that hold on Diabreu. Out in the neutral zone, Harrisburg battling for it, knocks out a play off of Goncalves. It'll be the Heat kick in near side midfield. It's a shame that they're only getting one game in here in November. The field looks fantastic. The setup looks great here at the Fremont Mortgage Field. Nice dancing around by David Miller inside the yellow. It'll be a foul against the Fury and a free kick coming up for the Heat. So the field will come down and back up again in December for 3 straight weeks. Restart just outside the top of the arc inside the yellow. Ricardinho leaves it. Thiago right side. Dos Santos up and out of play. Just a little high. He knows it. He needs to get over top that a little bit more and get that down. He's trying to hook that upper corner. So close. As the Fury kick one out of play. Fremont Mortgage takes pride helping our clients gain a better understanding of the mortgage process in simple to understand terms. They'll provide you with the information you need to make the right decision. It's Fremont Mortgage, Fremont, PA. Restart, Heat, top of the arc. Got Basso down in the one corner. Gonzaga in the other corner. Left side, shot, score! Ricardinho! Ricardinho Carvalho! makes it a 3-goal lead for the Heat. Time of the goal, 11 minutes and 18 seconds. Ricardinho. Thiago just played the little heel back to him on the restart. And a great finish, giving the Heat a 7-4 lead. Out in the neutral zone, Ontario on it. The Heat really starting to gain some momentum, finding their legs. Ball gets deflected down into the corner, starting to get into a good groove here. Gonzaga able to clear it back out to the neutral zone. Loose out there. Kerstetter knocking it around. Sent back the other way by the Fury. Juan Carlos Gonzalez sending it back to Corey Moret. Far side, Miranda cheating way up, dumping it down to D'Oliveira, knocks it off the boards, comes out to the left point. Here's Moret on it, left wing, plays it down along the left side, shot by Hugo, blocking the shot by Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Hugo Silva, gaining a lot of experience last year for the Harrisburg Heat. And a restart coming up here for Ontario, left wing boards. 5 unanswered goals now by the Heat in this contest. D'Oliveira dumping it down to the corner. Loose out near the top of the box and a goal. Douglas Lima. Was it Lima? No. Israel Cisse. Able to get on that. D'Oliveira dumped it down. Cisse had it deflect right near the top right corner of the box. Time of the goal, 12 minutes and 12 seconds. And Cisse able to finish it off. Makes it a 7-5 game in favor of the Heat, but it stops the bleeding by the Fury of those 5 unanswered goals by the Heat. Late here in the third. Ball chipped up the near side. Left side, Ricardinho, top of the arc, pulls that trigger, hit above the crossbar and goes out of play. 2:29 to go in the third. John Wilsbach with you at Friedmont Mortgage Field at the Farm Show Arena in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Glad to have you along. Start of the Heat season in the MASL. Welcome you along on YouTube. And don't forget to listen to us on the radio, internet at WMSSFM.com. Our side, Thiago on it for the Heat. Slowing it up again. They've got a 7-5 lead. Hugo sends it up the middle. Back for Basso. Hugo wants to move everybody forward. Gonzaga with it, room to run, moves in, left wing, fakes, works, had the ball picked right off his foot, and he tripped up. Back the other way comes Ontario, and a holding foul whistled against the Heat. Is there going to be a card? There is. They're going to call it on Ramos. Heat fans think it's a dive. Let's see here as it's brought back out. Ramos kind of got the foot down right on the backside there. Cisse's foot. He's up and appears to be okay. And now a power play coming up. Time of the penalty, 13-19 of the third. Ramos, 2 minutes for tripping. And a power play for the Fury. They trail by 2. Out front, D'Oliveira. To the left side, Gonzalez. Into the corner, and then Gonzalez gets it back. D'Oliveira sends it over to the right side. Right at the top of the box, Cordero turns and puts it in the crowd. It'll be a goal kick for the Heat. 1:14 to play in the third. 1:33 on the Ontario power play. 7-5 Heat. Don't forget, December 1st, it's the Teddy Bear Toss, benefiting our friends at Children's Cancer Recovery Foundation. Here's the Heat. David Miller, shot, blocked. Trying to get a short-handed one in there for Harrisburg. Back the other way, D'Oliveira, 119 on the power play for the Fury. Goncalves onto the right side, into the right corner. Trying to center it. Gonzalez trying to get to it. David Miller can't control. Goncalves another shot. I think that Gonzalez a shot and blocked. Comes back out to the neutral zone. D'Oliveira tries hooking one down the corner. Hit off the backside of Kerstetter. It'll be a corner kick for Ontario with 53 seconds left on the power play. 34 seconds remaining in the quarter. This one may carry over into the fourth with the Heat leading by 2. Restart. They want to talk about it. So Ontario's going to set this one up, and we'll step out. 34 seconds to go in the third. It's Harrisburg 7, Ontario 5. Back on the Heat Soccer Network.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Now Friday, December 1st, your next home game here in Harrisburg against St. Louis Ambush. 7:35 with the kickoff for that. For tickets, harrisburgheat.com or 540-4328. Hope to see you on Friday, December the 1st. Restart coming up for Ontario. They'll take it from the right corner. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to put Goncalves out front, along with D'Abreu and Cordero, but it's stolen away. Chiago works it down the middle, runs into traffic, has it stolen back. Power play continues for the Fury. Goncalves, left side. D'Abreu trying to cross it, knocked high in the air. Headed back out to the yellow line. D'Oliveira sending it down. Volley shot from the right side. He busting it up into the corner. Gonzalez trying to run it down, knocked and swatted and grabbed onto by Hugo. Few seconds left here in the quarter. He can hold on, but this power play will continue into the fourth for 19 seconds. We have played 3 here at the Farm Show Arena. It's Harrisburg 7, Ontario 5. Fourth quarter coming up here on the Heat Soccer Network.
Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com. Freedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Freedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations.
Back in Harrisburg, John Wilsbach with you. Out of 10 scoreboard. Looks like Florida leading Cedar Rapids 4-1. Milwaukee leading St. Louis 2-0. And our score here, Harrisburg 7, Ontario 5. Should be 19 seconds remaining on the power play for Ontario. They fix it. And we are set to go. The Heat are going right to left on YouTube and WMSSFM.com. Thiago over onto the far side. Shot off the boards. Thiago knocks it back into the corner and around. Another one goes a little bit wide by Ricardinho and cleared back out. Power play is over. Teams are now at equal strength as Ramos comes out of the penalty box. Harrisburg will change up personnel. Hugo's going to send it all the way down into the corner. Running it down there is Ricardinho. He tries passing. Gets deflected away by Cordero. Sent back out neutral zone, and Gonzaga comes up with it. Playing it all the way back to the keeper, Hugo. Hugo's on it. Long pass to the far side, getting it to Danny DePrima. Back on the near side, Miranda, the keeper, has it. Still loose out in the neutral zone. Jose Miranda leaving it on the near side. Corey Moret. Now Miranda firing up the field. Still loose out front, back out to the neutral zone. Teams are at equal strength. Danny DePrima wins the ball for the Heat. Right around the yellow line, needing a little help. They'll get it back to Hugo. He'll chip it high in the air out to Gonzaga. Knocks it off the boards to himself. Excellent ball control and possession. Now Kerstetter up for Dos Santos, who got tripped up from behind. It'll be a foul against Ontario. Douglas Dos Santos held back up by Brad Kerstetter. Kerstetter, the only player to be here from the very start, from season 1. Although Texera joined the Heat late that year, it's been Kerstetter, the only remaining one here in Harrisburg. Thiago on it. Trying to get it up to Texera. Back it comes to Basso. Basso had a stint playing in Ontario, so knows that organization well. They'll get it on the near side and get it back. He played in Rochester as well. Last year, Defender of the Year. Chantel getting pressure, trying to pass it, has it blocked. Now trying to protect it, kicks it back out, brought back in, shot, saved by Hugo. Comes out to the left point, another one blocked in front by Basso, and the follow-up kicked up and out of play. Chantel getting a little sloppy back there with getting rid of that ball. Told by Hugo. Quickly, Hugo will get it out to Thiago. And again, the Fury win it, playing it back to Miranda. 11:40 to go in the fourth, 7-5. Harrisburg with the lead. Shot down the slot, just wide left by D'Oliviero. Comes back out to Ricardinho. They'll get it up to Thiago. Back to Hugo. Thiago Freitas back to Hugo again. They're holding it too long in the back. Now it's going to be Gonzaga taking over. Tries passing, but has it blocked by Cordera. All the way back to Dos Santos. Here comes Gonzaga, approaching the yellow line. Trying to chip it in. Little shoulder by David Miller. He'll be called for the foul along the near side. Restart coming up. 7-5 Heat. Again, the Heat's next home game Friday night, December 1st, and they play Saturday, December 2nd. Hope to see you here at the Farm Show Arena. Kicked out of play again. Restart coming up for the Harrisburg Heat. It'll either be Gonzaga or Ricardinho. They've got Kerstetter to the left, Dos Santos to the right. Who's going to take it? Gonzaga leaves it. Bullseye down the middle and blocked. Man, talk about a shot straight down the middle and a great save. It'll be Ontario ball. So out in the neutral zone, Ontario has it again. He challenging. Good steal by David Miller, but out in the neutral zone trying to keep Miranda out of place. Shot it wide, but good hustle there by David Miller, second-year player. 7-5. Down the near side, look out, here's a shot and a save by Hugo again, getting the hands on it off of Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Out in the neutral zone, Gonzaga with a steal, knocks it down into the boards, trying to get past Miranda, but going deep. His shot is blocked into the corner by Cisse, but he gets it back. Gonzaga again trying to pass it. It's deflected out of play off the Fury. It'll be the Heat ball. A lot of running there and chasing and unable to get it in. Restart coming up. Heat on it. Thiago moves towards the center point area and then brings it back out. Basso on it. He'd want to work the clock, but work some ball control. Hugo dumping it down. Basso one-timing it to the middle. Easy grab there for Miranda. He'll toss it high in the air, back up the middle. This one going all the way down for D'Oliveira. His pass or a shot is blocked and headed back out to the neutral zone. Recovered there by Bravo and sent back for D'Oliveira. He'll fake and work to the center point. Sends it down the slot. It got deflected just wide by D'Abreu. Chantel comes up with it. Sends it up the field. Look out. Here comes DePrima. Right wing. Shot save. And clear to the side. Sent back toward the top of the box. And then goes back into the corner again. Danny DePrima trying to put one in, but Miranda with a nice save. Still 7-5 Heat. Coming up on the midway point here of the fourth quarter. He'd want to start out this season with a win. Ball sent down into the left corner. Cisse on it, but they're going to call the foul on Thiago. Heat getting a little disgusted with all the times the Fury have been falling down in this game. And think that there's been some diving going on. They'll set up defensively. Restart coming up from the left corner. Comes out front, D'Abreu. Basso trying to get to it, playing it off the glass. Knocks it hard off the boards. Bounces back out to the near side, and then the Heat get knocked down along the near side by Goncalves. Restart coming up for Harrisburg. Hugo getting into Basso, both teams changing up some personnel. Long pass down for Val Texera, left corner. He should be fresh. Basso in the neutral zone. Back for Hugo. Near side Gonzaga. He'll work across midfield and then play it back again to the keeper. Hugo's on it. Sending it all the way up to the far side for Dos Santos. Goes off his foot out of play. So we've got timeout. We'll step out. 7:59 to go here in the fourth. It's Harrisburg 7, Ontario 5. Back after this on Soccer Network.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions. Trusted Property Group helps customers sell their home or purchase a home for investment through superior customer service. Founded in 2004, Dacio Office Solutions is a locally owned, authorized Toshiba copier dealership with offices located all over central Pennsylvania. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or christherealtor4you@gmail.com.
Next home game for the Harrisburg Heat, Friday, December the 1st, St. Louis Ambush. Tickets go to harrisburgheat.com or call 717-540-4328. That's 540-HEAT. Fans, don't forget you can get the latest news from around the league. Follow the MASL with @MASL Arena on Twitter. Dos Santos with the ball, taking it down the far side. Looks to move in. You'll be able to catch all the various MASL games, too, on YouTube this season. And MASL Soccer. Ricardinho with a shot. Had it deflected wide. De Oliveira trying to get it out. Gets bumped down. It'll be a foul against the Heat. $7:28 to go in the fourth. 7-5 Harrisburg. Up the far boards, there's a steal. Kerstetter has it. Texera along the boards, trying to center it, still in front. Someone got a hand on it, and it may have been Val as he hit it and it popped up. Restart coming up for Ontario. Val Texera, one of the leaders on this team. Not playing as much, he's getting up there. But he wants to get at least one more good season here in his career. Midway through the fourth, 7-5. Heat with a lead. Merritt losing it. Ramos getting it up. Gonzaga moves in left point. Gonzaga fakes, works top of the arc, faking again, pulls the trigger, saved. Follow-up gets deflected wide to the far side. Ramos, he can't control it. It pops loose, and Ontario able to get it out along the near boards. De Oliveira setting it back. Miranda back on the near side. De Oliveira crossing it over to the far side. Comes Bravo working it. Long pass down to Lima. Along the boards, in the corner. He'd want to keep this at least 2 or more. Allow Ontario to get back within 1, and it's going to make things tougher. Loose in front, shot up and out of play. Excellent opportunity there for Nunez. Could not get the shot down. And the Heat were showing some holes on defense, but lucked out on that one. 6:18 to go. They're leading by 2. Hugo with a strong throw down the near side. Brought back the other way by Cisse, and then sent back toward the yellow line to Alanis. Now Miranda Chipping it high in the air all the way up to the near boards. Nunes. Back for Cisse. Crosses it over to the far side to Arturo Alanis. Sends it down to the Heat zone. Thiago trying to get it out. Loose in front, blocked a couple times, and the follow-up is a goal. Diabreu down in front to finish it off. Hugo and Thiago trying to get that ball out, but Diabreu able to score. It was actually Basso down there in front with Hugo trying to clear it out. Time of the goal, 9 minutes and 16 seconds of the fourth. Second goal of the game for Diabreu. And now it's a 7-6 game. The Heat lead is down to 1. They wanted to keep that 2-goal lead at least. Look out, D'Oliveira with a shot saved by Hugo. Hugo's looking up saying, guys, where are you? Pick up the man. Ball deflected down by Ramos. Miranda's going to chip it high in the air. Heat need to get another insurance goal back since giving up that one. 7-6 Harrisburg, clinging to a 1-goal lead. We've got 5 minutes to play here in the fourth. Lima with the ball. Down along the near side. Goncalves plays it toward the top of the arc. Back out to the neutral zone, Lima. Out at center circle it goes to Cisse. On to the left side. Pass knocked away. Goncalves recovers it. Back behind the midfield stripe. Sending it up the middle of the field. Lima trying to get to it. Teixeira knocks it away briefly. Now D'Oliveira comes up with it. Moves in left point of the Heat zone. Brings it back out. Loose ball near the yellow line. Dos Santos comes up with a steal. Makes the long pass down near side. Thiago Freitas battling along the boards, double team, sending it all the way back to Kerstetter. They let play continue on. They had possession. Ricardinho up the far side has his pocket picked, then gets it back, and they call the pushing foul on the Heat with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. 7-6 Harrisburg, clinging to a 1-goal lead. Out in the neutral zone, D'Oliveira sending it down into the right corner. Cisse getting on it, knocks it off the board, still loose, top of the box, left side, shot just wide left. Ball comes back out to the neutral zone. D'Oliveira on it again, sends it all the way back near center circle. Kerstetter putting some pressure on, ball played up near side Diabreu. Ball dumped down into the right corner, headed to the middle, and Hugo grabs on from Bravo. Now slows things up. That was actually Diabreu with that head ball. Once a timeout, they've got to settle things down a little bit. With 3:24 to play here in the fourth, it's Harrisburg 7, Ontario 6. Back after this.
Friedmont Mortgage helps you minimize stress in the home purchase process and helps you make the absolute right decision. Friedmont Mortgage has set the standard for trust, honesty, and integrity in the industry for nearly 2 decades. As one of the oldest licensed mortgage firms in the Mid-Atlantic area, they have the experience and the reputation to assist homeowners and home buyers in a variety of situations. From Times Square to your local community. To be successful like the Heat, you need teamwork. To be successful in real estate, you need Chris Timmons of Team Pete Realty. If you are buying, selling, or investing, Chris offers the knowledge, experience, and marketing strategies to assure success. Call Chris today at 717-585-4526 or ChrisTheRealtor4you at gmail.com.
7-6, Heat with the lead. Shots thus far in the game. Well, they're showing a lot on the stat sheet. I don't know if that's correct. We're showing 45 for Harrisburg. Someone down there is getting a little stat happy with the shots. Ontario is showing 48. That's not right. We'll stay away from those stats for you. Just keep you with the scoring, huh? We've got 3:24 to go. Here in the fourth, the Heat clinging to a 7-6 lead. Hugo's going to toss it all the way down the near side. This one goes all the way deep into the Ontario end. DePrima putting a lot of pressure on Cisse. Now gets in front, wins it, plays it. Dos Santos shot it wide. Ball goes over to the far side. Ramos is on it. He's double teamed. Can't get back on it. Look out. Down the right side comes Nunez. His shot up and out of play. Got to be a goal kick for the Harrisburg Heat with 3:02 to go in the fourth. Trying to hand Ontario its first loss of the season. Trying to get some out-of-town scores for you here in a little bit. Neutral zone. A lot of battling going on for the ball. Lima has it. Top right side. Right wing. Nunez sends it off the boards, but it goes wide. Ricardinho knocking it off the boards, trying to get it to himself, but intercepted by the Fury. Miranda comes outside the yellow. At some point, they've got to start thinking sixth attacker. Moret playing it out at midfield. Sends it to the opposite side. Getting it to the left point and back out again to the neutral zone. 2:16 to go. And Cavus down the middle. Shot blocked. Knocked along the boards. Ricardinho comes up with it, but he's 1 against 3. Knocks it hard off the boards back to Basso, who chips it down toward the right corner. David Miller on it. He's double teamed, trying to keep possession as the Heat go more to a prevent defense. Miller down in the corner, still battling for it. They'll get it to Miranda. Back into the corner again. Miranda should be calling. The team's calling for a timeout. You got to send it to your keeper. He's got to be the one to call that timeout, and finally does. And they're going to get the sixth attacker jersey ready with 1:40 to go here in the fourth. It's 7-6 in favor of the Harrisburg Heat. The Heat had a big run late in that second quarter. They got one from Hugo, sent one down on the keeper, and David Miller kind of in front of Miranda, kind of a little bit of a distraction, caught him out of place, and Hugo got credited with the goal and then moved into the third, and the Heat came out strong. Ramos, Gonzaga, Ramos, then Ricardinho. But then the Fury got 2 back. 12-12 of the third with Cisse, and then 9-16 of the fourth with Diabreu is second. That's where we have our 7-6 score right now in favor of the Harrisburg Heat. We're back here Friday night, December the 1st. Hope you join us at the Farm Show Arena. Ticket information, harrisburgheat.com. Make sure when you're here at the game, you check out the Harrisburg Heat merchandise stand on the concourse. Get some cool swag here in Harrisburg. All right, sixth attacker is in. Not sure who they gave the jersey to. All right, that sixth attacker is going to be Juan Carlos Gonzalez. The six attackers on, the Heat with a 1-goal lead. Heat keeping the pressure on up front. Gonzalez has it. Works it up at midfield. The Heat out there, a lot of defense. Basso, Chantel, Dos Santos, Kerstetter, and Gonzalez. Or check that, Gonzaga. Gonzalez with it for Ontario, playing it up the near side and gets it back. On Carlos Gonzalez. Passing it down to the right corner, shot trapped along the glass by Hugo. He's going to fire this one up the field, but it's intercepted right at midfield. 1 minute to play. Goncalves, near side Gonzalez. To the right side, Lima. Crossing it to the opposite side. D'Oliveira, back out Gonzalez. Right side, Lima. Out near center point, shot up and out of play. The Heat has its full defensive complement out there right now. Or at least defensive style players. Now with the possession, they get Thiago and Texera out at midfield trying to get to the ball. Val trying to win it along the side, tapping up along the boards. Gets it to Thiago, takes it down toward the corner, has it knocked away. Look out, Lima comes up with it. And now we're going to get the foul against the Heat with 24 seconds to go. Quickly, Ontario comes up with the ball. They trail by 1. Near side, Gonzalez. He'll work it up towards the yellow line. Gonzalez steps in, plays it down for Lima, right corner. Shot gets deflected by Basso. Trying to clear it out, loose out front, still loose top of the box. Comes back out, Gonzalez with 5 seconds. Shot just wide left, cleared to the side by Chantel. Shot blocked, and that should do it. Time expires. The Heat hold on to win. The Fury gave them all the fury they could here at the end. But Harrisburg holds on. And a great comeback and a strong performance in the second half. And the Heat will start this season at 1-0. Let's run down all the scoring for you. Started at 3:15 of the first. D'Oliveira made it 1-0. The Heat tied it up at 5:27. Francis made it 1-1. And D'Oliveira made it 2-1 at 7:24 of the first. Then at 11:23 it was D'Abreu making it 3-1. 14:36 Neto, who we saw get injured and didn't come back here late. At 14:36 a power play goal made it 3-2. Move into the second at 3:14. Goncalves gets a power play goal. Made it 4-2 in favor of the Ontario Fury. And then Hugo right here sending it down, looking to get it to David Miller, but it goes over him. Miranda at the pace. Made it 4-3. At 2:06 of the third, the Harrisburg Heat, Ramos blasting one from that left side, tying it up. And he just kept things going. As Ramos able to find the net. Gonzaga at the 5-minute mark right there in the middle. He'll tap it in, makes it 5-4. Ramos gets it back again there. Here's the left wing shot. Kind of deflects in, made it 6-4, and Enrique Gardino on the restart here finds the bottom right corner, 7-4 Heat, but the Fury battle back. Cisse, tapper on the short side of Hugo, made it 7-5. And here Hugo can't get it out. He gets deflected in front, back to D'Abreu. Makes it 7-6, but the Heat hold on. Victory in net goes to Hugo. The loss goes to Miranda. And the Harrisburg Heat 1-0 on the season. Ontario goes to 2-1 on the year. They've already had a few games now on the season. Our next broadcast Friday night, December the 1st. Teddy Bear Toss Night. 7:35. Get your tickets at 540 Heat or online at harrisburgheat.com. And make sure you like us on Facebook. And we look forward to seeing you back here on YouTube and also WMSSFM.com for various games this season. Chad Edwards in charge of my video tonight. My engineer, Tim Starlepper. Statistician, Max Stevens. Want to thank you again for tuning in. A great start for this 2017-18 season for the Harrisburg Heat. Final score, Harrisburg 7, Ontario 6. John Wilsbach, thanking you for joining us here on the Heat Soccer Network.